Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ashraf Abdul Karim. I am from IC 1105TA. Today, our groups are going to present to you about the difference and similarities in risk management between conventional and Islamic banks. Okay, for my parts, I'm going to present to you about the risk. Okay, what is risk? Risk is defined in terms as an uncertain event or conditions on which, if it occurs, it may be either a positive or a negative effects on the project's objective. It also includes circumstances or situations where the existence or occurrence of which, in all reasonable foresights, result in adverse impact on any aspect of the implementation of the project itself. There are four classification of risk. The first one is pure risk. Pure risk is a risk which has a chance of a loss or a profit. As an example, a building may get affected by a fire or not in the incidents. Okay, for this risk, these are the best covered by insurance. The next one is fundamental risk. Okay, this is the external to the project, and if it becomes a reality, it will be on a large scale and unstoppable. It's usually associated with large natural, economic, political, or social change, and it also can generate large-scale losses. As examples, the incidents of floods, earthquakes, and exchange rates fluctuations on the finance. Okay, for this risk, it may or may not be insurable, usually based on the case itself. Okay, the third one is the speculative risk. For this risk, it involves a chance of profits or loss. Okay, for example, the builder may take a risk by promoting a new venture, depending on the current situations, but they still did not know whether it might bring profits or loss to him. And the last one is the particular risk. For this risk, these are the project-specific risks, and it can be identified in project parameters, as well as it also can be controlled during the project implementation, such as, for example, in the aspect of quality risk, security risk, and legal risk. Okay, next we are going to look at the risk management. What is risk management? Risk management is a systematic method of identifying, analyzing, treating, and monitoring risks that are all involved in any activities or process, and it is a systematic method of minimizing the risk. There may be an obstacle to achieving the objective of our projects. Okay. The risk management in Islamic viewpoints. Okay, in Islamic viewpoints, there are three risks which are being identified, such as essential risk, prohibited risk, and the permissible risk, which these are going to be presented on the next presenter. Okay. The risk management Islam take its roots from the Quran and Sunnah, where it being sourced from the two of this source. Okay. There are also historical events that take place in risk management, such as the hijrah of the Prophet ﷺ from Mecca to Madinah. The second one is the risk during the Battle of Badr. And one is the strategy during the Battle of Khandaq. And the last one is the principle of free sharing and the statutes of Medina between the enemy and our side as well. Okay, that's all from me. I'm going to give you to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Adam Farhan bin Shazali. My number metric is 2019237572, and I'm from class IC 1105DA. Today I will present about literature review, which consists of 3.1, performance of conventional and Islamic banking, 3.2, risk in conventional banks, and 3.3, risk in Islamic banks. The performance of conventional and Islamic banking. The global banking institution has been established under two methods of management, which are the conventional and the Islamic method. The scholar has studied the similarities and the differences between these two banking methods, and every scholar has their own opinion regarding this method. Several scholars agree that the conventional banking was outperforming the Islamic banking based on the several factors. First and foremost, the conventional bank has been established earlier than the Islamic bank. Therefore, the conventional bank has more experience in managing the world banking system than the Islamic banking system. Secondly, the conventional bank can implement interest as one of the source of profit, which is more sufficient way to generate earning than the Islamic banking. The Islamic banking cannot implement interest because they are bound under the Sharia regulation. Thirdly, the conventional bank can maximum their profit because their management was more easy than the Islamic bank. The Islamic banking management have to fulfill all the religious requirements. Meanwhile, the other scholars agree that the Islamic banking was outperforming the conventional banking under several factors. Firstly, the Islamic banking have enormous of demand from the customer to manage their financial, even though the Islamic banking was established a little late than the conventional bank. Secondly, the Islamic bank have become the fastest growing institution in the world that have been outperforming the conventional bank. The third factor is most of the investors have interested to invest their money in the Islamic banking because the investor believe that the Islamic banking management have a unique method to overcome the investment risk. Risk in conventional banks. In conventional banks, there are many types of risk, but today we will more focus on the common risk in the conventional banks. There are three types of risk, which are liquidity risk, credit risk, and price risk. The first risk is the liquidity risk, which is referred to the ability of the bank investment to transact their investment into cash. The bank is an institution that provides service such as take deposit and give loans towards the client. Most of the deposit money in the bank was invested through various platforms of the investment, and the bank have to face with the liquidity risk when the customer wants to make loans or withdrawal their money immediately. The second risk is known as the credit risk, which is referred to borrower that will be unable to pay contractual interest or principal on its debt obligation. To overcome this risk, the conventional bank have made several precaution steps before giving approval, with filtering the salary of the debtor to mitigate the loan default. The third risk is known as the price risk, which is referred to value that might be changed due to the situation. In conventional bank, they have future and forward contract that give the obligation towards both of the contracting parties to fulfill their end at the maturity date, whether it brings profits or loss. For example, to hedge the price of fish during the monsoon season, the fishermen and the market make a future contract to fix the price of fish during the monsoon season. At the end of maturity, both of the contracting parties must implement their obligation, whether it brings profit or losses to them. Risk in Islamic bank. In Islamic bank, they also have their own risk management that differ from the conventional bank used in handling risk. There are also three common types of risk in the Islamic bank, which are price risk, fiduciary risk, and displaced commercial risk. In the conventional bank, the bank uses forward and future contract to determine the value of an item at the early of the contract. But in the Islamic bank management, someone must own the asset before selling it to other parties, and someone cannot sell what they do not own. But there are several special conditions for the unexisted item that must fulfill several of conditions according to the Sharia principles. The second risk is a fiduciary risk, which is referred to relation trust with the ability of the Islamic banks to manage their financial. In the Islamic bank, there are several contracts that must have the trust of the customer, which is the Mudarabah contract. In Mudarabah contract, the investor must have trust with the Islamic bank management to diversify their money into several instruments of investment. In this situation, the bank is considered as an entrepreneur who manage the fund from the client. The risk can be happen when the bank have chosen the wrong company to invest, or the bank guilty in managing the fund. This can cause losses to the investor money, and the client will immediately withdraw their money. The third risk is the displaced commercial risk, which is referred to the transfer of risk to the equity holder. In the Islamic bank, the investment was fully managed by the Islamic bank, and there was a situation that the chosen portfolio was not performing well due to several reasons, and the bank cannot provide a massive profit to the client. The investment was running under a strict Sharia principles, but the investment do not give the expected profit. Therefore, under the commercial pressure, the Islamic bank have to forego half of all of their profit to prevent the investor from withdrawal their money from the investment. This method will secure the deposit of the investor and give the Islamic bank another chance or opportunity to manage their investment in the future.
Next, I will continue our presentation under the heading methodology. But before that, Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Muiz bin Mat Nasir, matrix number 2019410618 from class IC 1105DB. And now, I would like to present about some of the methodologies used in some of the articles we reference. A research methodology is a systematic approach to tackling a research topic. It can be considered of as a branch of science concerned with how scientific research is conducted. We examine the various techniques that a researcher uses to analyze his or her research problem, as well as the rationale that behind them. Not only must the researcher be familiar with the study methodologies and procedures, but also with the approach. Researchers must understand not only how to create specific index or tests, calculate the mean, mode, median, standard deviation or chi-square, and apply specific research techniques, but also which of these methods or techniques are relevant and which are not, as well as what they mean and indicate and why. The publications cited as references in this work follow a variety of methodologies. The methodology behind Nabil Sobhi Abdul Majid's article, Liquidity Risk Management, Conventional versus Islamic Banking Systems in Egypt, is one of them. In Egypt, a sample of 6 conventional banks, CBs, and 2 Islamic banks, IBs, was chosen. The investigation entails applying liquidity ratios to evaluate financial statements from 2004 to 2011. The data was compiled using the bank's scope database. Sultan Emir Hidayat, Muhammad Rizki Prima Sakti, and Rakia Ali Abdullah Al-Balushi then published an article titled Risk, Efficiency and Financial Performance in the GCC Banking Industry, Islamic versus Conventional Banks, which used the methodologies univariate and multivariate statistical techniques to investigate 12 Islamic banks and 34 conventional banks operating in the GCC region. Some of the data gathering methodologies addressed in this article are data, variables description, univariate analysis, and multivariate analysis. Salah Omar Ali India also published an article called The Difference Between Risk in Islamic and Commercial Banks. This research paper used the inductive strategy to support the study topic by utilizing research material such as electronic research, books, and magazines. K. Srinivas also penned a document evaluation titled Process of Risk Management. This documentation review is a rigorous evaluation of project documentation, as well as a study of similar project execution history and the quality of plans, as well as the consistency between those plans and project requirements or assumptions. Several strategies were utilized to collect information for this documentation review, including brainstorming, the Delhi techniques, checklist analysis, cause and effect diagrams, questionnaires, SWOT analysis, and expert opinion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Daniel bin Hamidun. I'm from class IC 1105DA. My student ID is 2019437314. So right now, I will explain about the similarities of risk management between conventional and Islamic bank. Basically, there are 4 types of risk that I found, which is confronted by both Islamic bank and also conventional bank. So the first one that I found is credit risk. It is a prominent risk in the banking industry. Credit risk is a possibility of loss when a borrower fails to pay his loan obligation within the stipulated time. In another meaning, it is a default risk from the borrower that cannot fulfill his commitment to pay the loan. The second is market risk. Market risk is the risk of loss that happens because of few reasons, such as changes in the commodity prices, foreign exchange fluctuations, economic conditions, and others. The third risk is operational risk. This risk may arise due to internal factor and also external factor. For example, there is a fraud among the company members. Another example, there is a damage happen to the physical asset because of natural disasters and more. And the fourth risk is liquidity risk. Liquidity is the ability for an asset to convert into cash. So the risk happens when an investor, business, or financial institution cannot make their debt obligation. For example, a customer unable to pay his house loan. So these 4 risks is the risks that are similar, managed by both conventional bank and also Islamic bank. The next one is differences on risk management between Islamic banks and conventional banks. So I found 4 types of risks, and these risks are only faced and managed by the Islamic banks, and that is why it is different from the conventional bank. So the first risk that I found is fiduciary risk. This can happen when there is a breaching of contract. For example, at first, the bank claims that the product is compliant with Sharia, but what happens next is that the product does not fulfill the requirements of Sharia principles. So the bank has breached the contract. But of course, in every company, there is a Sharia advisory body that will manage and look into this matter. So second risk that I found is displaced commercial risk. For information, Islamic banks don't provide fixed returns for their investment. They cannot guarantee it. So when there is a loss happen, the Islamic bank is forced to give the depositors a return. They have to pay return in some rates in order to prevent withdrawal from the depositors to go to another company. So this is done to ensure their interest towards the investment. So the third risk is Sharia non-compliance risk. This happens when the operation of a company does not comply to the Sharia principles. That is why the Sharia committee has put some percentage or a benchmark for this company to follow. But when the company exceeds the percentage or benchmark, or even change the status from Sharia compliant company. So that is the risk that is concerned by these Islamic banks. And last but not least, number 4, the fourth risk, which is equity investment risk in Islamic finance. So equity investment risk arise due to a potential decrease in the fair value of the equity position held by the Islamic firm. For example, the value of investment today is, let's say, 100 ringgit, but when it comes to the next day, it becomes 95 ringgit. So there is a drop of value happen there.